Hello, everybody. I'm Howie. I'll be your host tonight. We want to thank, first of all, our longtime sponsor, DJEventPlanner.com, and all the other sponsors that also help us out. And you can find that down below in the description when this goes to YouTube. And we really appreciate their support. We appreciate your support, too, if you give us a thumbs up. So anyway, let me introduce, my God, there's got to be like 200 years of skill and talent in this room tonight. So I'm going to go on my screen and I will introduce Buddy from Chicago. Welcome, Buddy. And of course, BSR is here with us. Thank you, Brian. And then we have Jay, who is not in Temecula tonight. He's off somewhere, usually traveling, which is great.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, there you go.
Don't brag.
Excellent. Yeah, don't brag. we have New Hampshire Eric with us. Thank you for being here, Eric. And we have Kevin from the Buckeye State.
OH.
And the one and only Boston John with us tonight.
Does he have a nickname?
Does he have it? He is my road dog, if that's
much better.
Now we all feel better.
Oh, Howie, this is happening live. Guess who just walked into frame? Oh,
Hey.
Hearts Great White North.
Hey, everybody.
All right. Hey,
We're filming a show, and now
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Great White North. It was the parking lots of Indiana.
good to see you, Christian.
Likewise, guys. How's everybody doing?
We're doing well. We're recording now, so behave yourself.
recording, no swearing.
Yeah.
Really?
So anyway,
Here's the top.
I recently got asked this, and I thought it might make a pretty good topic, especially for this crew. So, two guys walk into a bar. One is a DJ for the night. The other guy's a youngster, and he wants to get into business. And he says to the DJ, "Hey, what do I need and what will it cost for me to become a DJ?"
Oh.
Now, the obvious ones will be music. You're going to have music, and you're going to need some gear. So, and much, much more. So, let's run with that for a while and see what you guys come up with. I'm sure, a lot of us will agree with a lot of the things that do come up.
I got you, Howie. I got your first answer, and it's neither of the things you said. Patience and attention.
Oh,
You know what? My recommendation for new DJs: train spot. Watch other DJs work, learn from what they do, and then work your craft. Don't spend any money. Listen to music. That's free. Listen to the radio. Go to the bars. See what the DJs are spinning. Pay attention to the DJ, make a friend. They're both free.
wow.
You just took all our answers. Thank you.
Like the
Place
Thundercatcher,
in Canada.
Yeah, that's why he's not on the show.
the Great
Okay.
White
5
Thundercatcher.
minutes long.
All right.
Blame Canada.
Thank you, Christian. That's it, guys.
Have a good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
Start
See you
there.
later.
I'm
Bye.
out of here.
And I'm up.
No, I know we got some more good stuff coming up. Who wants to go?
No, we don't.
I think I'll take a crack at it. And Christian stepped down a little bit. That shadowing another DJ. I think that's a huge, huge thing. Anyone looking to get into the business is talk to people who have been in the business, and go in the shadow. Go see what an event it's like. What is it like setting up? Not just go in and see the end product, but go in and actually help set up a event. Ask a DJ, hey, I'd like to learn. Can you teach me what you do? And not just for one DJ, maybe talk to 2 or 3 DJs, because every DJ does things a little differently. One, may do cables differently than another one. You pick up a little bit of everything. And this way you can kind of make it your own. Plus, on here, Disc Jockey News TV, great place to learn a lot of stuff. A lot of tutorials on here, a lot of information on here. So these are videos. If you're looking to be a DJ, another place, great repository information is right here on Disc Jockey TV. So it's Disc Jockey News has all that stuff right there to go through. But again, I would first thing to do is shadow a DJ and learn how to set stuff up, because then you know if you really want to get into it, and all the work and hard labor that goes in behind that beautiful show that you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say also YouTube would be a good place to go. And we have two superstars here tonight. You've got Brian, who's got God knows how many thousands of videos that are very helpful, and it's free. Just give him a thumbs up. And then Jay did a whole series on DJ tips in under a minute. And there's a plethora of those out there. I mean, look for those two guys, I would say. Anybody else?
I think you should know what you want to do. And when I say that, what I mean is from the outside, and I'm sure at some point I have, so I won't speak for everyone. I've certainly been the victim of the new promoter with his 21-year-old roommate who wants to be a DJ, and I'm out of a job. But I think you need to look at it as, is this something I'm doing for a minute, or is this something I'm doing for a while? Because if you just want to go to a club and DJ, then find the club, copy the music, have a small library, and just show up and regurgitate what other people do. But if you actually want to be a club DJ, shadow DJs, learn music, learn all music, go to all clubs. I mean, go to Latin clubs, but I'm not a Latin DJ. But you may have a Latin audience one night, and be prepared. You know, Shazam is your best friend at that point, and then spend the time. Sit down and go, I got to learn these 1,000 songs and at least know what to do with them. But I think you need to determine what's in it for you. Is this a quick fix, quick moneymaker, or is this the beginning of your DJ career? Because if it's the beginning, you got a long road ahead of you. If it's just a quick fix, yeah, you know, get some Spotify, do this, do that. And, you know, people dance, they don't dance, they drink, they don't drink, whatever. But I think it's all in where your passion lies. And you're talking to the wrong group, because obviously as DJs, we're all very passionate about what we do.
Absolutely.
And I think we would study endless days and hours about how to cultivate, you know, the music and the attitude that's needed. I would hate today to start over in a club. Back in my day, you could find a club that did what you wanted. Now, when I see club DJs, forget open format. They're like stuck in the zone of this is what's hot right now. And it's necessarily, I don't think that that's that much fun. So figure out what it is you're trying to do before you get too into it. That'd be my advice.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you're saying what I've said before to newcomers is don't go out until you're ready, because you only get one chance to make a first impression. If you're not ready, keep practicing.
You got spaghetti on your sweater? That's different. I mean, if you're really going for it.
Can you see that? Can you see that from
You like that? You get one chance? You like that?
Yeah,
Everyone
I
else
get the Eminem reference.
got
very
that
good.
reference?
We got it. Yeah.
That's why you're all DJs, everybody.
That's it. I'll take a pass at this here. The first thing I'd ask is why. I want to know the motivation that somebody wants to get into this.
Ooh, good one.
Do they think they're just going to make a couple of bucks? You know, it's glitzy and glam from the outside. Oh, I'm going to walk in with the flash drive and plug in and play music. They don't know the other side of it. They don't understand that the gear has to get from point A to point B. If it's a private setup, you know, there's wiring and there's electronics and there's stuff you got to know as a prerequisite before it's press play. And the other, of course, are they a lover of music? Because before we started doing this, or we've been doing this for decades, we liked music before we started doing this, and it just kind of fell into place naturally. It wasn't just like, hey, today I want to be a shoe salesman. It doesn't seem the same. It's more of a lifestyle than a career choice. So you can't walk into, an all ages party and expect to know everything, unless you've had great parents growing up that really flip the radio dial once or twice. You're so far behind. You're at such a disadvantage right from the jump that you've got a lot of catching up to do before you just say, this looks easy. And I think it's, I don't think this takes much skill and I can make a lot of money doing this. It's like, well, au contraire, it's a little bit more of an investment of life and time than just, I have the top 10 and I can play 10 songs.
And money too. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to get your music legally, that's thousands right there. And equipment, maybe you can get away with some used stuff. I don't know.
I think if John speaks French, that's a good sign he's serious too. I heard the au contraire part.
Contraire.
Yeah.
Contraire.
Not so fast there, buckaroo. I speak Indiana too. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Unfortunately, I do too.
Kevin,
I'm in the BSR land tonight.
Yeah. What do you got, Kevin?
Well, I sort of a little bit of what all they're saying is what I'm looking at is like, okay, what kind of DJ? Because that affects like a club. You can probably bring in a stick or a hard drive. If they got the system set up, you can get into it dirt cheap, relatively. Mm-hmm. But it's like, oh, I like weddings, or I like this, or I like that. Then it sort of gravitates you to, okay, then you need this set of equipment. You'll need microphones. You'll need speakers. Is it more school? Then you'll need bigger speakers. So it's sort of, you need to figure out what they're going to do to sort of plan the equipment they need. Also beyond that, whatever equipment you got, you better make sure you can haul it in that. So plan for that. If you're high end, insurance, which I've heard from Buddy here, yes, there, and everywhere. So there's a lot of these, money things that you don't really think about that's sort of behind the scenes. It's not part of all the glitz and the glamour and all the, I had Christmas in July. I got some new gear, So it's one of those things. You got to figure out what you're going to do, what you're interested in. Like, let's say John said, why? Well, I like country music. Well, what do you want to do? I want to be a club DJ. Well, country and club, probably not, unless it's a country bar kind of situation. So you got to figure out what you know and make that work into what you want to do. So
yeah. Nelly in Florida Georgia line all night. You're good.
Over and over and over.
So that'll go both ways. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking is you got to figure out what you want to do, then plan the attack as far as equipment, speakers, microphones, all the way from top to bottom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of discussion. And also, like you guys were saying, I've got experience with multiple DJs, picked up little nuggets here and there. I still like to go out and be a fly on the wall with other DJs too. It's like, oh, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Oh, I've never done that before. Interesting, And, some of the things I pick up and I incorporate into myself. Other things, it's like, nah, that's not my thing. Mannerisms, that's another thing. Like I said, you can go endlessly. But I will be quiet now.
All right. Yeah. One of the things I learned that you had mentioned was, the music. I picked that up from Jay a few years ago. Was, man, if you got a hot DJ and you're a fly on the wall at the club, Shazam the sets and you learn that way. Not that you want to copy their set, but as a learning experience. What do you say, Eric?
Well, you know what? I agree with what they've said tonight. I agree with everybody. However, I want to add just a couple things. Some of us, maybe most of us, it was in our blood. It was something like when we were just born with music. We grew up with it. Like a career change from, I don't know, a tire salesman to, I want to be a DJ now or whatever. That is a rough transition for anybody. Like, okay, I want to be a DJ now. Well, there's a lot, like you guys said, that comes along with it. And it's either, I believe truly, personally, It's either in you or it ain't. You know,
Yeah.
to be a successful DJ, I believe it's in your blood or it's not. You're not going to survive. You're not going to last. You can't just. It's not a light switch. You know, like okay, tomorrow I'm a DJ. There's a lot that goes into it, and I do believe a lot of it has to do with your soul. Not your soul, but you know what I mean. Like you were born with it. It's
Your
in
car.
right,
Oh.
right. I mean, it's either with you or it isn't, and you can't force it to be with you. You can have the best gear and all the music, and you still may not ever be successful at what you do. It's going to be within you to be successful, and that's all I'm going to leave it at. Everybody else took all my good answers.
Well, don't you think you judge your own success too?
Huh?
Yeah.
Don't you think you judge your own success? Like if your goal was to play this one bar and you play it, you're successful.
Well, that's great. But again, that comes down to all your other answers, like what kind of DJ do you want to be? Do you want to be
exactly.
a DJ? You want to go work at a roller rink? Do you want to, I mean, a country DJ, go do a line dance club? It's all within you. And it's a matter of what you have in you to bring out to the people before you.
As Brian always says, you're only as good as your last gig. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Well, hey, whatever. I did the best I could. You guys all went before me.
No, you were great. And you made all good points. And I think that's what I love about this panel is that we're all thinking alike because we're all passionate about being DJs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a light switch,
Speaking of Brian, what say Mr. Red?
Now get ready for the mood to get brought down.
Oh, Chad. You're lucky he loves you. Go.
Yeah. Well,
I was just thinking I don't like being a... Wait, what?
What?
What I was thinking about was how I did it, and maybe not the whole entire gamut of what I did, but when I got into mobile stuff, I didn't own anything, any gear at all, or music. I went to go work for a multi-op. Why not? If you're really interested in DJing, go work for a multi-op. They're out there. I hear people talking about their multi-ops all the time. You can go out and, initially, I think the way that they usually do it is they'll bring you on as an assistant, where you're kind of a roadie and you're helping out with this and that or whatever. Maybe you're doing some lights, whatever. It's a great way to get started. See if it's something you're interested in. And while you're doing your lights or whatever you're doing at an event, you're essentially shadowing the DJ who's there and seeing what they're doing and how they're doing it. It's a real economical way to do it. It costs you nothing, and you
turn
make
off your
money.
camera, please. We're recording.
Yeah, Damon, we're going to do we'll be done here shortly.
Thank you, sir.
Every time I saw him get on there, I was getting nervous because I knew how he was starting to twitch. Oh no, he's going to get mad. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'd recommend. Find that multi-op. They're out there. I hear about multi-ops all the time in all these different markets. Go work for them. It costs you nothing. You can learn how to do it. And you can also, through the process of working for a multi-op or two, you can see what you like and what you don't like about equipment and about music and about setup. So when you make your purchase later on down the road, when you're ready to go on your own, you've got an informed decision. That's what I did. I saw a lot of different systems. I saw things I really liked, things I really didn't like. And when I built my first system, I built it for me. And it was an informed decision. And I made informed purchases instead of just kind of going out and buying things. And I didn't pay for training. I got paid to train through the multi-op.
That's a really, really good suggestion because Mike Walters, that's how he does his. His people come on and they don't have anything. He has everything there. And he trains them on how to mix and everything, the whole gamut. But, you're going to spend a year training.
Or two.
Or two. Yeah.
Yeah. I did 2 years in the first company.
Lugging equipment, whatever. But it's worth it. I mean, if that is your true passion, the answer to the question of why, because I love it. If you love it that much, you're going to pick up 50-pound loads multiple times a day.
I did 2 years of the first company I worked for. I did 1 year with the second company I worked for, and there was an overlapping 4 years of club workout, 5 years of club work I was doing. So I had, and all I had was some music. I'd buy music as I wanted it, but I didn't own any equipment. I didn't need to, because the clubs I worked had gear, and the multi-ops I worked for had gear. So, and I was getting paid. It wasn't like I had to worry about paying off an investment, because I was just getting income. And it was kind of like go to college. You know,
Right.
I learned what I needed to learn, but I didn't have to pay for the college. College paid me. So it's one option or an avenue that someone can go down if they're really serious about doing it. There are those who just want toys. And if you just want toys, we can throw a dollar amount on it of $5,000. But if you're really serious about learning how to do this and you want to kind of see what kind of DJ you want to be and what it's really all about, try the multi-op.
Yeah.
That's good advice. I was going to get to that, but I don't think we have time for a second round, because you're right. You're going to need a minimum of $5,000 to go on your own. And if you're going to make it a career, which that came up earlier, from John, why? Oh, I need some part-time income. Maybe this isn't for you. I mean, if you want to make a lifestyle and a whole career out of it like we have done, you got to get serious and knuckle down and not be that, that guy that sits at the bar at the end of the gig and partying with everybody. No, you got to get out of there, get your stuff home, practice, learn, and don't be out there until you're ready,
I'll tell you the weird thing about multi-ops that I learned. It's a revolving door. People come in, they learn how to do what they do, and either they get out of DJing or they start their own companies.
Yeah,
right.
It's one or the other.
Yep.
So you don't stay at a multi-op indefinitely for 10 years. You just don't do that. You decide, hey, I'm going to do this on my own, or you just leave the business and get into finance or whatever. A lot of college students did that kind of stuff. They did it and they were done. But then there are people that I still have relationships with from back then, like Wavy Davy. We go back 35 years, and I met him at the first multi-op that I worked for. That's how I met Wavy. There's another guy, Todd Zimmer, who's no longer a DJ, but he does a lot of things for these Corvette groups and these race car things, like high-end stuff for Ferrari owners, all this stuff. They're always looking for PA stuff. So I'm the provider of that. Whenever they're doing any kind of presentation on a car or whatever, they come to me for PA and I provide it. So the connections are long lasting. When you get into it like that, if you get into it by yourself and just do your own thing, you don't have the opportunity to learn. I don't believe, or network. Whereas if you do this more social thing with the multi-op, maybe you're working with different DJs and you can actually cultivate these relationships that can last a long time. I don't know.
Yeah. So true. Does anybody have any parting words before we put a fork in this? Alrighty. As always, folks, if you like what you see here with the Celestious panel, leave a comment down below our question, and we'll be happy to tackle that subject for you. Until